All right, so what we've got here in front of me right now is a report that was generated by Claude AI. Claude basically went into my Follow Up Boss CRM, scanned all of the contacts in the last 6 months, and found opportunities that are likely going to convert very soon. It did that by scanning all the email, phone call, and text communications and let me know which ones are hot, which ones we've been ignoring, and finding opportunities that I wouldn't have otherwise found, or it would have taken me hours and hours of my time, which it did. It used to take me hours to basically go through all the reports and the tags in my CRM, try to manually look for opportunities. But now it's categorized them by hot leads, warm leads, the ones I should be doing active outreach on. And it's also given me a summary of each of these leads, letting me know what the last communication was and why I need to focus on them. It's also giving them a score, so I know which ones I need to focus on. It's giving me the last call length. It's basically saving me so many hours of building a pipeline. As a matter of fact, I was able to generate an active buyer from this just the other day, who one of our team members is now out showing properties to. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do the same using Claude's new desktop app that allows Claude to basically interact with your apps, create files and folders, generates reports like this, and gives you a weekly or daily schedule, sends you the report to your email, sends you the report and creates them in your desktop app. I'm going to show you guys how to do this step by step. Now, there's a couple of things we're going to need to make this work. Number one is Claude AI on desktop. Now, you have probably heard of Claude AI unless you've been living under a rock, and Claude's been making headlines. It's a very powerful AI tool, similar to ChatGPT, but just way more advanced. I've been personally using Claude over the last 6 months to generate a lot of other things, and it's been a total game changer. And just last week, Claude came out with their new update that lets Claude interact with your computer, interact and create files, talk to other apps, and basically create a very powerful system that you can automate. Okay, so first thing you want to do is go to Google and type Claude Desktop, and you're going to go into this link that pops up, and you're going to download Claude for your computer. Once you do, you're going to go ahead and install the app. And if you don't already have a Claude account, then you're going to go ahead and create a Claude account. And once Claude is installed and you have made an account, you're going to come to a screen that looks like this. This is Claude's interface. This is where you can chat with it, talk to it, give it skill sets. In this video, I'm going to keep it very simple, and I'm just going to show you the prompts that are needed to create that exact dashboard. And I'll do a full deep dive into Claude AI on another video where I can teach you how to tweak its settings and how you can basically make it interact with other apps and make all kinds of really sexy workflows. The second thing you're going to need after you've got Claude is you're going to need an API key for your CRM. So whether that's Follow Up Boss or whether that's Go High Level, KV Core, Sphere, whatever CRM that you use, you would need an API key so Claude can actually talk to it in real time to pull data. API, think of it as the middle person that is helping Claude interact with that software, that app, in this case, Follow Up Boss. And it can go and extract information and bring data to you so it can create those kinds of fancy reports. So I'm going to show you how to get the API key from Follow Up Boss, but most CRMs have very similar settings. In Follow Up Boss, you're going to go to Admin. You're going to go into More, click on API key, and then you're going to go ahead and click on Create API key. Give it a name like Claude Report, and then hit Create API key. It's going to give you an API key, and you want to copy it because as soon as you exit out, you're never going to be able to see it again. So make sure you copy that API key and save it somewhere in a doc for now. We're going to use it later in Claude Chat. Okay, so once you've got your API key, you want to come back into your Claude Chat desktop, and you want to go into your settings by clicking here, going to Settings, and then you want to go into Desktop App General. And here you want to give it some permissions like giving it browser use so it can actually start performing actions in your browser. And you want to toggle that on. It is going to be off by default. And then you also want to keep computer awake because Claude's not going to be able to take actions on work on tasks if your computer is sleeping. So you want to say keep computer awake, and that's it. And if you want to be super careful and you don't want it to have access to any apps, then you can also add apps that you want to deny permission to. Again, it can only work on apps if you actually ask it to. So I've left this off for now, but if you are super sensitive about certain apps you don't want Claude to touch, then you can start adding them here. Okay, so once that is done, you're going to go ahead and go into Cowork up here. Cowork is what Claude's native desktop app is designed to interact with your desktop. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and click on a folder that I want to work in. So anything that Claude creates is going to be saved in that folder. So I'm going to go ahead and click choose a folder, and then I'm going to go into my desktop. I've already created a folder here called FUB Leads Report. I'm going to click open, and it's basically going to ask, do you want to allow change files in FUB Leads Report? And it's basically asking you permission. So because I don't have anything existing in there, it's empty. I'm okay for it to work in there. So I'm going to click always allow. Okay, so now anything it saves, it's going to save under that FUB Leads Report. Now I'm going to give it some prompts and say, open my Follow Up Boss in Chrome and give me an overview of the dashboard. I'm going to click Let's Go. And now it's asking me if I want to give it access to files in my desktop folder. I'm going to click Allow. Now Claude is basically running tools in the background and generating skills at the same time. And it's going to start going to Follow Up Boss on my computer in a Chrome tab and start crawling Follow Up Boss and find exactly what it needs. So look, it's already done the crawling and it's saying new leads 264, up 23.9% versus the same period. With 27 still unactioned. So it successfully ran all of the tasks I just gave it, which is to go ahead and scan Follow Up Boss. And it's also telling me all the recent activity on the new registrations, opens with Follow Up Boss, property views, and things like that. So what I want it to do now is I want to tell it to generate that report that we talked about earlier. So one of the things that I run in my business is an AI caller using Lead Caller that calls all the incoming and existing leads and sets appointments. So what I want to do in my use case is I want it to scan all of the leads from the last 6 months that came through the AI caller as an interested lead that we perhaps have missed an opportunity on or weren't able to successfully connect with, so it can bring in front of us a live data, not just live data, because we could do that in FUB, but it can also prioritize them by reading the notes, which is what used to always take us a long time. We had to go into individual leads with that tag and then start looking at their reports or start looking at their conversations, and now I can get Claude to do that instead. Okay, so now it's asking me what I want to do next. So I'm going to tell it to search all contacts that are tagged AI interested and analyze their call logs, rank them by hottest leads, weighing by how recent the calls were. Use this API key. And then you're going to insert the API key that you generated earlier right here so we can actually talk to it. Okay, it's going to run commands and do a lot of fetching of data. So I'm going to pause this video and come back when it's ready. Okay, so it's already been a few minutes and I just want to give you guys an update. It's still working to create that report, but I want to show you guys what it actually does when you give it these big tasks. On the right-hand side, there's a progress bar that shows you what it's done so far. So it's fetched all the contacts that were tagged AI interested from Follow Up Boss API. I mean, in your case, it could be a tag. It could be another command. You could maybe have it look for any leads that were tagged hot or any stage that were active. It could be a number of things, right? It could be look for the last 6 months worth of emails and find out the data on those. So it could be whatever. This to me was the cleanest approach in our use case because we use tags to identify hot leads that AI calls. And then it retrieved all the call logs for each contact. And then it started to analyze and rank leads by hotness and weighed by recency, right? So it's giving it that score. And now it's currently working on building that lead report. So again, see, as you can see, it's writing different characters. It also shows you here step by step exactly what it's doing. So it confirmed 170 records. I have 170 appointments in my CRM that were qualified by AI over the last 6 months. So that's exactly what it pulled. And then it's doing its thing. It's writing JavaScript to, again, pull more data. And now it's working on that Excel file. After that, I'm going to have it build that beautiful HTML layout that we saw at the beginning of this video. Okay, so the tasks are finally complete, and this is the first layer of report that it's generated, and it's telling me the top 30 hot leads color coded in Excel, and it's giving me a breakdown here, a score, why they're hot, the name of the lead, of course, ranks, and it's basically telling me exactly what's going on in that report. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and paste these two prompts here. So I'm actually going to tell it, hey, build the dashboard. So build an HTML dashboard showing these ranked leads, save to my FUB leads report folder. I mean, I can get rid of this because I already have this on the desktop folder. Include hot, warm, active, never call tabs, a score bar, heat badges, and assigned agent info. And for enhancements, make each contact name a clickable link to their FUB profile using the URL. This is the URL format that it's going to follow. And add a 3-center AI note below each name based on the call transcript. Make it expandable with see more. Okay, so that it doesn't take up a lot of space. And this should be the last part of it. So let's go ahead and click on generate. And again, give it a few minutes to let Claude work its magic. All right, so it finally finished creating the HTML output. Took a few minutes, but let's go ahead and take a look at what exactly it created. So I'm going to click on this dashboard. So this is actually a better report than my first one generated. It's very visual, and it's telling me which ones are hot. And let's see, it also is categorizing it by, a summary that I can click on and read more. It tells me what they're looking for. So this person is casually browsing listings with interest in deals and price drops. Listing alert has been set up, and 10 to 15-minute call was scheduled with a local agent for Monday at 1 p.m. So this one, we have an action item for Monday to follow up with her. This one is an active client. This is the one we already picked up due to this report last week. An active client with 2 answered calls totaling 7+ minutes in the past 2 days. Strong engagement. Call outcome is interested in the Etobicoke buyer's ad. Chad Messier, who's an agent on our team, should follow up immediately when momentum is high. He's already working with him. So this is fantastic. So these are all the leads. Then you can toggle between hot, warm, and then active clients. So these are the active clients from that list that we've been working with in the pipeline. So this is fantastic. Now, obviously, the first time that we run it, it does take a little bit of time. But once we run the scheduler, then it will actually start running it while you're not even aware. So the last thing you want to do here is give it this one final prompt and say, run a weekly scheduler to create a fresh report on Mondays at 8 a.m. So now what it's going to do is it should create a task to run a weekly scheduler. And so that every Monday morning at 8 a.m., I'll be alerted of the report, and the report will be fresh waiting for me in the desktop. Okay, and now it's asking me every Monday at 8 a.m., fetch AI interested leads from Follow Up Boss, score by call recency, and save a fresh Excel plus HTML dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and click on schedule. So it actually creates a schedule task right here in the schedule section. Okay, so now it's telling me what it will do with each run on Monday at 8:05 a.m. starting on Monday, which is tomorrow, is connect to Follow Up Boss and fetch all AI interested contacts. Builds call logs for every contact, scores and ranks them using the same recency weight algorithm from this session, writes a 3-sentence AI note per lead from the call transcript, and then saves 2 files, one's the Excel, one's HTML. And it's basically going to start doing that every Monday. The one thing it's asking us to do before the Monday report is to click run now today so that we can give Claude the permissions right now so it doesn't have to keep asking us for permission every Monday to run it, because Claude needs permission for it to operate in your computer. Because I'm not worried about any sensitive data being leaked here, I'm not asking it to delete files or make any changes to other apps. I'm simply asking it to go and basically pull the report from Follow Up Boss. I'll go ahead and click allow in the schedule section. As you can see, I've got 2. This one I ran this morning. I'm going to click on this, go ahead and click run now. And when I do, it's going to ask me for permissions, and I'm going to go ahead and click on always allow so that every Monday it doesn't need to keep asking me for permission to run that scheduler. So again, the first time we do this, it takes about 15 minutes or so from end to end, but then starting weekly, it'll create that schedule and generate the report for you automatically. Now, this is just one of a very powerful tool that you can use using Claude for your real estate business. Now, if you guys are interested in learning more about AI and real estate, I have a free school community that you can join. I post a lot of videos on there for free. And of course, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, then leave them in the comments. Thanks.